it's just not good. That's just not tasteful. That's just disrespectful. And I think it's just a slap in the face to Ariana at the end of the day. You know, you're supposed to be getting older, wiser. You're getting older, dumber. So that's all I have to say on that.
Okay, Jax, we just have to get right into it. Tom Sandoval just made an appearance on Howie Mandel's podcast, and it was interesting to say the least.
Like, you know, many relationships, it felt like it became more of like a, like best friends, family, sometimes roommates, and it's just like we're like hissing, and it's like I felt something that I hadn't felt in so long.
I want your take on it. What is your initial reaction?
You know, I don't really think there's much more to say at this point. I think, you know, people have had their opinion. They know what happened. I think at this point, he should just own up what he's done and move on from this. I think the kind of playing the victim and look, this is why I did what I did. There's no justifying cheating. Take it for somebody who's been down this road. You own up what you've done. Be a man. And I just think he hasn't done either. He hasn't owned up to anything. He's justifying everything. And he's just, I mean, that's not a man in my opinion. Like, you know, if you are man enough to do what you've done, you should be man enough to own up to what you've done and at least have some empathy and apologize to Ariana. And enough with these like, I don't know, just, I think he's kind of putting out different messages. I don't know if he's using some kind of PR strategy. I'm not really sure what he's doing, but I think he just needs to bow out now. I think it's time to go away for a while and take a break. And if you're going to take a break and say you're going to do that, then do it. Don't go do a concert the next day and call yourself the artist formerly known as Sandoval. That's kind of weird to me, I think. I just, you know, you want people to think that you're sorry, then act like you're sorry.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
You guys were friends at some time, like for quite some time.
Right.
No longer friends.
Right.
Are you shocked at his behavior?
No, I think this has been kind of going on for a very long time, and I don't think anybody has seen it because I think my actions have taken such a precedent over the show over the years, and they kind of could hide behind what I've done. But no, I've seen this. This has been going on for many, many years, just no one's wanted to see it. So, no, I'm not shocked, and when I heard about it, I wasn't shocked about it. I just feel bad for Ariana right now, and
Right.
and like I said, people cheat all the time. Marriage is tough. Relationships are tough. We get it. It's a given. That's 100%. But, you know, you should have went about it the right way. And take it from somebody who's done that and been down that road. And I don't really have a leg to stand on, but if you're asking my opinion, you know, he just should have handled this better. You know, the lack of remorse and the lack of empathy and the way that this happened, how long this has gone on, bringing another woman into your current girlfriend's house in your bed. I mean, and then keep having her there when she's out of town. Like she's still going in there. I want to be shocked, but I'm really not.
On the podcast, he claimed that him and Ariana were living completely separate lives for quite some time, and they were just still together because of their brand. You're friends with her. You guys still run in the same circle. Was that the case?
No. And I can't really tell you why until you watch the rest of the season, but no. And that's really all I can say. I don't believe that at all, and it's not the case at all, and you'll see when you watch the rest of the season.
You just saw Ariana over the weekend.
Yeah.
How is she?
She looks great. In fact, Ariana and I haven't always had the best relationship on and off. I respect her. She respects me. But we just haven't got along. We think different things. And so we kind of always bumped heads. But I tell you what, I've seen her about, I think, a handful of times since this whole incident. And she's a completely different person. She seems like she's glowing. She seems like she's a lot happier. She's got a lot of support. She just seems like a different person. You know, every time I see her, it's a big hug.
Yeah.
You seem like you're doing well. I think she seems like a lot better. She seems happier, and that's saying a lot because, you know, she's been going through a lot, but she looks great, and I'm really, really happy for her. I think she's going to thrive from this. I think she's going to do well, and I think she's going to be who she wants to be and do what she wants to do. I think she was stuck. I think she may have been stuck in that relationship. Now, I know that relationship hasn't been good for a very long time, but if it's not good, then just walk away. I don't understand this whole, well, we have to be together because we have this, we have this, we have this. I don't get that. I don't understand that. Maybe they have something going on that I don't understand, but it hasn't been good for a long time. But I think now that it's done and it's over and she's kind of slowly trying to separate, I think she'll do good. I think she'll do good, and I'm happy for her.
Are they still living together?
As of right now, I think so, which
Okay.
to me is extremely weird. Again, going back to like, listen, you're the guy, you screwed up, you made the mistake, you should get out.
Right.
I don't know his financial status. If I had to guess, it's not good. Between the bar, the house, and what you see on the news, on this, the tax liens and this, and the borrowing against the house, it can't be good, so it can't be that easy just to go out and get a new place. But I know Raquel has an apartment, right? Or you can go stay with friends or something like that. I know me, if I was in his situation, I would not be in that house. Just give her her space. Look what you did to her. Like, why are you... I mean, I know it is his home, you know. Again, it's just my opinion. I would not be there if it was me. That's just me.
I'm sure you've heard how the reunion went down. What can you tell us about that?
I don't know much about it. I texted one of the cast members about it, and he said, you know, there was a little bit of a brawl. I have an idea who it is. I didn't really ask. I just didn't really...
Did you kind of wish you were there?
No.
Not at all, like sitting there.
Because you got to understand, I've
yeah.
gone through this many, many years. For 9 years, I've
Right.
gone through this. I've been in the hot seat for many, many years. I'm going to watch it just like everybody else. But no, I don't want to be there. Those girls can be scary. And I know they were going for blood. And from what I heard, they did. So, no, I think there was enough people there. And I'm just going to watch on the couch like everybody else. And yeah, take part. I would have been scared, even though I wasn't part of it. I don't know if I could. I don't know. You know, I've heard I talked to people that were there, and it was a scary time. It was really scary because those girls can be
Right.
evil, and it's well deserved for sure. But they're good and they're witty and they're fast, and I would not want to be Tom Sandoval for anything. No.
Do you find at all, because you have been through this, Brittany's been through this, you've been through this on national TV, is there any sympathy that you feel for Tom?
I want to.
Okay.
The problem I'm having is I know when what I did was terrible, but as soon as it happened, I felt gut wrenched. Like all I wanted to do was tell her I'm sorry and be like, and just beg for forgiveness. And I did, constantly calling, groveling, doing whatever I could to get my wife back because I knew what I did was wrong. What the problem I have is the lack of empathy and continue. What hurts more is he's having a relationship with this person. Like this is a new girlfriend. It's continuing. There is no empathy. This has gone on for a long time. And I still haven't seen a letter or any kind of sit her down and be like, I'm so sorry. This is why I did what I did. I'm not justifying it, but this is where I am. I need help. I need therapy. I need to go maybe step back for a while and do that. Then I could maybe be like, okay, he's a human being. Listen, nobody in this world is perfect. Not one person. Not anybody watching the show right now. We all have our demons. We've all done something wrong. But I just think the empathy, I have a hard time with not feeling anything for her. You know, I'm not, you know, like knowing that you did something wrong. Yes, your relationship's over. We get that. But just if you love her, like you say you do, you got to be compassionate a little bit. You got to show some compassion. And that's the problem I have. So that's how it's hard for me to feel sorry for him. Because I know, like I said, how I felt after that. And it's gut-wrenching. You feel horrible. At least I did. So I don't understand how he doesn't feel that way.
Tom said on this new podcast with Howie Mandel, that him and Raquel are kind of on a break.
On a break already?
They're not putting a label on it. Reaction to that, because, yeah.
I just think this is like it's just so childish to me. This is a very childish way to go about things. This is a very immature way of going. I don't really have any words. It's almost laughable at this point. It's like, I mean, almost, can you believe anything that's coming out of their mouths at this point? I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't. It's like every day you hear something else, and now it's getting to the point where like, what is true and what is not true, and do they even believe what's coming out of their mouths? I don't even know.
Is there any part of you that you're like, I need to get back into this? I mean, would you and Brittany, because we love having your opinion on this. I know a lot of fans have looked to you to like, what are Jax and Brittany thinking? Would you guys go back to Vanderpump?
If the opportunity was available, yeah, sure, I'd go back. You know, we took some time off. You know, we do have working on some things, and that's pretty much all I can say right now. I would love to tell you more, but legally, we just can't talk about anything right now.
Well, tell us about your podcast.
Okay, so we have a podcast called When Reality Hits. It comes out on Tuesdays. We've
Yes.
done, actually one comes out today. We're on our third one, our third episode. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. You know, having a podcast gives you a little bit of a voice. You know, I get to go back now and talk about past episodes, what was said about me, what was true, what was untrue, because you don't really get a voice on these shows. You do your show, you film your show, and you hope for the best that you're edited in a good light. But now it's nice that I get to go in and I go, well, this really wasn't true, or this didn't happen, or this was clipped with this, and this really didn't happen. And it's kind of nice that my wife can stand up for me too and say, this is not how it happened, and it's happened already. We've cleared up a lot of things. Yeah, we're going to talk a lot of reality. We're going to talk a lot of life after reality, parenting, trying to be a parent in a reality show, being a parent living in Hollywood. I like to interview other villains on TV, other villains that are maybe not justified or heard out and want to tell their story, because it's tough being a villain on a reality show. You know, I was a villain for a very long time, and you were kind of pigeonholed into that. And you know, there's times where you're like, gosh, I can't get out of this stereotype of being a villain. No matter what I do to make myself look good, I'm always going to be the villain. So I want people to come on and enjoy it and share their stories, and just have fun with it, and just talk everything reality, pop culture, parenting today. It's kind of fun because my wife and I are 10 years apart. So we have a lot of differences in certain things. Like there's, you know, just like different music and different ways of parenting and how I grew up versus how she grew up, and just kind of meshing all that together and just having fun, and just kind of, like I said, mainly kind of just diving into other reality shows and kind of just talking about all of it and trying to make sense of it all.